Today we're going to be talking about a very controversial topic or a very controversial question that people have been asking. And I believe that by the end of today's video, someone will have an opinion over this issue, if it's really okay or is something that should actually be looked into. So, someone once said, being married to tradition is being divorced to destiny or purpose. And the first time I heard that statement, I started asking myself, what does this really mean? Being married to tradition is to be divorced to purpose or to be divorced to destiny. And when I started looking at the statement critically, thank God about the time I heard that statement was about the time I saw a movie. And in the movie, basically, I saw two young fellows, a male and a female, who actually were brought up in different backgrounds. So one was brought up with a silver spoon, and she had everything she ever wanted. She was loved by her parents, and I think specifically her dad. Her dad was there to provide basically everything she ever needed and gave her the kind of lifestyle that she really wanted. And here is a young man who grew up with his parents as well, saw his mom being the one that did everything around the home. Like, the dad does not pick a pin in the house. And he saw the life of the father being treated as a king, supposedly a king, where the mom doesn't have a say or doesn't have an opinion over issues in the house, where the mom had to do all the running arounds in the house. And as a young boy, he too was not taught to do anything in the house as a man, because it's expected that the day he gets married, his wife is going to have to do all that for him. So he didn't bother trying to, they didn't raise him up to do any of these things. And here comes two adults coming together to get married, and his mindset is, oh, the woman has to be the one to do everything. I mean, everything in the home, meaning she has to do the cleaning herself, she has to do the dishes herself, she has to do all the house chores herself. And the lady is coming from a background where she works, she has a company of her own that she's running, and then she comes home very late from the office because that has been her routine. And then she feels like, oh, coming home late to come and cook was a challenge, so she would just dash out, buy something on her way home for her husband. And here is her husband that works and closes very early from work than herself. He comes like maybe 2-3 hours before her, and then when he comes back, he just sits down and crosses his leg, watches TV till the wife comes back, and then wants her to get into the kitchen when she's coming back by 8 p.m. or 9 p.m. gets into the kitchen and prepares something for them. And when she felt like, okay, it's fine, I will do that, but okay, we have to also find a balance. Let's buy some things, sometimes let's buy food out, and then we can sort out, maybe weekends we can eat from the house and all that. And the guy wasn't taking this at all. He was not happy about this, because as far as he's concerned, he's married, he shouldn't be living the life of a bachelor by buying food out. His wife should be able to cook and also clean. And so times where she comes back and they eat late at night, and then she has to probably gets so tired, and then she leaves the dishes in the dining in the night and then in the morning she's off for work, she rushes out, comes back another 8 p.m. and the dishes they left the previous night are still on the table, even though the husband is at home. And that's because he feels it's not his job to do it. So it got to a point, the lady said, you know what, I don't know if I can do this. And then he was like, why won't you? Because this is your job as a woman. You should do everything. This is your job. And she said, okay, no problem. It's my job. All right, it's also your job to take care of all the needs of the home. So down to the estate gate fees, the children fees, the house fees, everything. In fact, my upkeep, all is now your responsibility. Not a dime coming from me into the home. And the guy was like, "You're being unreasonable. You earn more than me, so why shouldn't you help out in the home?" And the lady was like, "You are being unreasonable. You come home earlier than myself, and you can't pick a pin. You can help me to do anything you want me to do, all my wife duties, which is fine by me. If I'm going to do all my wife duties, you have to do all the husband duties." And it became a tug of war, and the both of them got to a point and they said, "You know what, we can't do this, let's just part ways. And why the parents were saying this is not possible, you cannot be parting ways and all that, in the midst of all the back and forth they were going through, they both kind of at some point came to a ground and they realized the mistakes that his parents may have put him through, bringing him up to be treated as a king, but was never taught to treat a woman as a queen. So the question is, he was used to the tradition of, oh, it is a woman's job to deal with all the house chores, forgetting the fact that when all this started in times past with our forefathers, our great grandfathers, those were the eras where the men were farming, were fishing, going to the ponds, going to the farm to farm, and the women's job basically was to stay home, make children, take care of the children, run the house, and that was just their job. Not in the 21st century where the man is hustling, the woman is hustling, and sometimes she's even, her hustle is bringing in so much more than that the man is doing. Not to say that should bring about any level of disrespect, please do not take me on that line. But all I'm saying is, now the both of you are hustling together to put the home together. It's only fair, trust me, it's only fair to say, okay, let's balance this. What do we do? Should we get a maid? Please, by all means, get a maid that can help do the cleaning. If you have worries about a maid staying in your home, then the maid can come work during the day and go back in the evening. But have someone who is also supporting, because as she's beginning to help offload your financial burdens, which used to be your primary responsibility, you should also look for a way to offload her responsibilities, which used to be her primary responsibilities of taking care of the home. I think with that we can actually balance this, because most times and oftentimes, when you stay on the ground of tradition, of saying this is how it has been and this is how it will always be, one destiny will always be thwarted. Trust me. With the expenses that are going on right now, especially if you're in a country like mine in Nigeria, where things are just jumping and all that, the money doesn't look like anything anymore. When you are in a country like this, you need both people to put their heads together to make a home work. So if one party is saying this is your responsibility from time memorial and you have to do it, and the other party is saying I can't do it, but if you want me to do it, we both have to do it, one destiny will definitely be affected. Trust me. Is either the guy, some people say, oh, but what if the guy has all the money to fend for all her needs and then let her go and do her job? No, even if you have all the money in the world, as long as she's not laid back, as long as she's not a full-time housewife, which I do not expect any lady to do in this 21st century or 22nd century, whatever we call it, in this century, as long as the woman is young, she has her youthful age, everybody should go hustle, get something doing. So do not thwart your destiny. Do not say, oh, because I got married, that was why I had to let go of my business, let go of my job, or whatever it is. So do not let your purpose be thwarted. Trust my country, Nigeria, lights can go off anytime on you. So back to what I was saying. If you're married, do not allow tradition hold you down. Do not allow what people will say hold you down. If you're a couple, fight to make sure that both destinies are working, both purpose for lives are working. Do not bring yourselves down by trying to throw yourself under the box over what the norm used to be. We've gone past that era. We're in a new era now. Spouses should be able to sit down and discuss what will work for their marriage. So the question again is, getting married to tradition is divorce to destiny or purpose? Is that true? Is that a lie? If we hold on to traditional beliefs in time past, would that automatically mean that one is thwarting her destiny or purpose for life? You let me know in the comment section. Thank you for watching. Please do not forget to like, do not forget to subscribe, and always share our videos. Thank you for coming back to watch. God bless you. Till we see you again.